Ogies, welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we'll be doing something a little bit different. I probably mentioned it in my intro before, but in here I have 50 grams of pure coconut milk and a double shot of dark roast, which is awesome. I also have over here some fresh coffee grinds and of course my oils and my lye mix, which I've actually reduced down so that way I could actually make up for the liquid portion with the coconut milk and the coffee. So I do have a little bit of a statement to make. There has actually been a lot of interest in my soaps. However, because I use RSPO certified palm oil, unfortunately there's been a pretty decent segment of the market that is not wanting to actually use my soaps. So in the future, once I run out of my palm oil, my whole range will be palm free. I do have to say though that my range is completely plant-based, and whatever steps I can actually do to make the world a better place, I'm going to do that for you guys. But without further ado, let's go just check the temperature of the soap oils. Okay, so we're at a decent 34. And let's just check the temperature of my lye, 27, perfect. So they're within a decent degree of each other. So let's go get this soap made. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to start off with the lye. I want to actually mix these guys into my oils in the hopes that it will actually stop the singeing and burning, and hopefully a little bit less of a reaction with the lye to sort of, I don't know if you guys know this, but with soap making, occasionally when you put something in lye, it can actually release like an ammonia spell, specifically with like milks, milk substitutes, etc. So I'm just going to give this a bit of a whiz quickly. Perfect. So that's those incorporated. So now what I will do is incorporate the lye carefully into my soap mix. Now for the fragrance oil today, I am actually using one, sadly, that is discontinued. I was lucky to be able to get the bottle I did before they were no longer stocking. It's from Almond Body Care, and the fragrance is Coffee Arabica. And it's this beautiful, gorgeous, I don't even know how to describe the smell. It smells like coffee liqueur, but just a really rich, deep coffee liqueur. So I don't know if you can tell, but that is the reaction when lye meets the sugars in the coconut milk, the natural sugars that come along. So this will lighten up. But I am actually using a fragrance oil that is high in vanillin. And vanillin also darkens soap like it does with food. Vanilla naturally is a very, very dark brown. So of course, if you're going to use a fragrance oil that has vanillin content in it, your soap is going to go the same way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to quickly go put just a little bit in there, and mix that through. Now don't fear, as I said, the ammonia smell, like, it takes a couple of weeks, but it does go, and that rich, beautiful coffee aroma will take over. And you may be asking why I'm actually making this soap today. I've actually had a lot of requests from my older customers that absolutely loved my coffee scrub soap. So I am making this for them. So if you're out there, Keegan, hello. This is me making that soap for you. So in here, I actually have chocolate gold mica from Aussie Soap Supplies that I've mixed with some of the oils, and we will be using that. So as you can see, that's that beautiful dark sort of caramelly color. So I just want to pour a little bit off into the jug to sort of create, I don't know, just a little bit of a swirl, trying to sort of get it a 50-50 mix. And we will go from there. Look at how gorgeous that is. It is so pretty. This color is absolutely wonderful, and it will only get better as the soap cures. So what I'm going to do now is I have my coffee grounds. So what I would like to do, bear with me a moment just while I quickly grab my spoon. I'm going to put, I don't know, about a tablespoon in each, because yeah, it's not too much, but it's just enough for people that like their soaps to be a little bit more on the scrubbier side. And the soap is actually thick enough to support the grinds, so they won't just, you know, sort of sink to the bottom or anything like that. They're ready to go. And I'll do the same for this one. So be an interesting thing, because in theory, considering that this has got coffee, it's also got the fragrance oil, it'll be interesting to see how this side of it goes compared to this side of it. So I'm sort of looking forward to that. But to this one, I'm also going to add just a tiny amount of titanium dioxide mixed with water, just to lighten it ever so slightly. Because I would like there to be at least some form of difference between the two. Alrighty, let's give it a bit of a spin. Oh my word, if you could smell how gorgeous this is. I'm very proud of myself. Anyway, so let's start. I think we should start with the darker, because when you actually get a coffee, usually it's quite dark down the bottom if you've actually spent any time looking at your coffee lovingly like I do every morning. But yeah. And then we'll start in with one of these guys. And a little bit more of this fella. Smells so gorgeous. If only they had invented smell-o-vision, you guys would be in for an absolute treat. Alrighties. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to grab my trusty spoon, and this is something that I don't normally do, but I feel like it's going to look really cool. I'm going to give it a bit of a, what's called a spoon swirl. Now, as you can see, my batter is just stunning. And I'm going to wait for this portion of the batter to freeze up, because I've got something special planned for the top. But we might just scrape this out and try and get as much of this gorgeous dark cocoa color that we can to sort of be on the top, because it's absolutely stunning. But yeah, I will be back when this the soap batter thickens up a little bit more. Alrighties, welcome back. So in this piping bag I've trimmed down to size, I have the lighter part of the batter, and I have just a standard star tip. And what I'm wanting to do is just do a line down the middle And yeah, it's a little bit runny still, but that's okay. Excuse me for a moment. I think I may have overfilled the bag a little bit. Never fear. I think the star tip might be blocked. I don't know. Oh well, we improvised. I changed the star tip because I wasn't happy with what I was getting from it, and I've just put a little round tip, and I am much happier. What I'm going to do, I might have to take my gloves off for this sadly, because I cannot feel what I'm doing. So, let me quickly have a think on this. One of the interesting things about soap making is even if you've worked with a fragrance time and time again, it's like one of your tried and true favorites, occasionally it likes to be a little naughty, and that is perfectly fine with me. Me thinking about how I started on this soap making journey, and yeah, it has certainly been a crazy 4 years or so, but yeah, long story cut short, I think that looks much better. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to remove my gloves, because I need to be able to place these cute little coffee beans in the right spot. Now obviously, if you're going to use these soaps, it's probably best to remove the coffee bean prior, because yeah, I can't imagine it would be very much fun washing yourself with a scratchy old coffee bean, but it's there to make it look pretty, because he doesn't like, you know, having a little something extra special there. Definitely got me thinking about, like, when the first time I made this is one of the first soaps I made. I was terrified. It was my first time using additives other than water into the soap, and to say I was anxious is the understatement of the year, but to say I was very, very proud of the end result is also an equal understatement. But yes, so what we will do, I might give this a little bit of a spray just with some lizard mica, just to sort of give it a little bit of shine. yeah, sadly, after this fragrance oil runs out, I've only got about 250 mils left. I'm going to be on the lookout for a new coffee fragrance, and I'm very particular with my coffee fragrance. I like it to smell as real as possible. And I know that, you know, sometimes some of them smell like desserts and not so much actual coffee. So yeah, if you do know a decent coffee fragrance for me to try, absolutely let me know in the comments section. But for now, here is our gorgeous little semi-successful coffee soap. And what we will do in the meantime is let this cure for 18 to 24 hours, and then we will do the cut. So yeah, with me the magic. I will see you very shortly. Alrighties guys, I am back for the cutting. Now it is slightly wet, sadly. I did not put the sodium lactate in. I am waiting on that in the mail. However, we should still be able to cut this pretty easily. So I've got a nice beautiful bar, or loaf, whatever you want to call it. So let's just check to make sure that we're not going to cut any of the coffee beans, because I don't want to do that. How are we going to do this? Alright, bugger it. I'm just going to have to go with what is. Okie dokies. So let's have a look. So they're quite cute. So obviously the brown will darken and the caramel will also darken a little bit. See, look at that. How cute is that? I will probably wait for about 2 days just to shave and stamp it, make it look all pretty, and then this will cure for about 4 to 6 weeks. So yeah. And for those curious about where I actually got my soap cutter, I ordered this off Etsy. It's called a Soap Cutter Pro. And again. Now these will be available probably around about mid-January. I just like to give these guys like a decent amount of time to cure. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching my soap making videos, and I will see you soon. Alright, bye!